What's going on, guys? It's Palmer Gamer here, and today I am back with another Overwatch video. Today is more tips and tricks on how to use the Reaper. The Reaper is only a 1-star difficulty, he's not that hard to use at all. He's an offensive character, which is attacking. He only has 250 health, which is not the best, but trust me, this guy is probably one of the best on the game for how easy he is to use. And now we'll start off by talking about one of his skills or traits or whatever you want to call it, which is the Reapering, which is little soul glow balls what heals him. Every time he picks one up he gets healed 50 HP every time. And I'm not too sure about this, I'm pretty sure you can only get the soul globe if you have put a bullet into that character, and then if that character dies it drops a soul globe for you. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, I'm not too sure about that. But anyway, moving on from that, and then we've got the Hellfire shotguns. It's got 8 ammo in the clip. Damage per shot is 2 to 7 per pallet, which is a max of 170 damage with 20 pallets per shot. And the shotgun pallets do fall off with distance, so they're not as effective at long range. So when you're with the Reaper, you want to be close up to your enemies as possible, so you can just ping them and kill them easily. Now we move on to the damage per headshot, which is 4 to 14 per pallet, which is a max increase, which you can do a maximum damage of 280, 20 pallets per shot, falls off with distance again, so you want to get close quarters of your enemies, so you can just wreck them. The rate of fire is 2 rounds per second, so it's pretty quick, and the reload time is 1.5 seconds. But if you reload in the melee, you actually reload quicker. I don't know if anyone's picked up on that yet, but that's a really good tip for you. And now we move on to his Ray form, which when he turns into a shadow and he can't be shot. This lasts 3 seconds. He gets an increased speed of 30%, which is 7.1 meters per second faster. And the cooldown time when it's finished is 8 seconds. So that's pretty good if you're like in a sticky situation and you want to get out quickly. So when the Reaper uses his Ray form, the Reaper becomes a shadow for a short period of time. While he's in this form, he takes no damage, he can pass through enemies, but he cannot fire his weapon or use any abilities. So you don't want to do it in a situation where you're just going to get wrecked in about 2 seconds when you come out of that form. And then we move on now to one of his other skills, which is Shadow Step, which the cast time is 2 seconds and cooldown is 10 seconds. So it only lasts 2 seconds for getting to teleport, and then 10 seconds until you can use that skill again. So how this skill works: after marking a destination, Reaper disappears and then reappears at a different location, which, you can just teleport behind an enemy and just shoot the shit out of him. Yay! And then last but not least is the final skill, what the Reaper has, which is the Death Blossom, which is his ultimate. And you obviously use this by getting your ultimate up to 100 and using Y or Q, on like if you use a keyboard. And the damage is 200 per second to all enemies, 600 max damage each, and 40 per tick, which is just ridiculous. The range on it is 8 meters, it only lasts 3 seconds, so you have to make it count. So the passive ultimate charge on the Reaper is 0.33% per second, and the total charge time is 300 seconds. One hit ultimate charge is 1 to 9% per non-headshot and 1 to 40% per headshot. It means, so if you don't get a headshot then it's just on the body, 1 to 9% of that goes up, and to headshot it goes up more if it's a headshot. So, what happens when you use the Reaper's ultimate? In a blur of motion, Reaper empties both Hellfire shotguns at breakneck speed, dealing massive damage to all nearby enemies. So anyone within 8 meters, because that's the range, is just going to get wrecked. So now that's all for the Reaper on like all his skills and traits, what he's got. I'm just going to quickly tell you how, well not quickly, but just tell you how and when I would use the Reaper. I would use him obviously when we're attacking. The only time I would ever use him on defense is if the enemies have about like 3 or 4 tanks and everybody's just getting absolutely wrecked by him. I'd then pull out the Reaper so I can kill those tanks. If for some reason you are playing Overwatch and you don't know what tanks are, they are Reinhardt, Winston, DVA, Zarya and Roadhog. Now why the Reaper is super effective against these people is because they're all big targets, and at close combat Reaper will just wipe their 500 health in a matter of seconds. Now I'm going to tell you what the Reaper is effective against. He's effective against like players like Bastion, Junkrat, Mei, Mercy, Symmetry, Torbjorn, and like all the tanks, and also Widowmaker. Super effective against them if you get to close combat with them because they can't really go anywhere. Actually, maybe not Widowmaker because she can get you out on range, but other than that, all of them you can destroy pretty easily if you get close enough. Well, I'm going to talk to you now about Reaper's weaknesses. He's weak against Lucio, McCree and Fari. Lucio because he can push him away, and he can just outpace him because he's just that agile that he can just run up the walls and Reaper will never be able to hit him. Then you got McCree who can stun you and then shoot the shit out of you. And you got Fari who can just jump up in the air, well, to care in the world, and just you cannot just shoot her out of the sky because your shotguns will just do no damage on range. Having saying that, the Reaper also works really well with Lucio, Mei, Mercy and Zarya. Lucio can just heal the Reaper, help him out a bit, and yeah, make him speed up so he can just go run around and kill enemies faster. Mei can just freeze enemies and the Reaper can just get in there and one hit them. Mercy, you know, can just heal Reaper all the time and jump to wherever he's going, and then Zarya can put a damage orb around you, which if you're getting shot, it makes your guns more powerful, which makes enemies easier to kill. Now we're going to move on and talk about some of the Reaper's weaknesses. Obviously his weaknesses are people at long range, so like Hanzo and Widowmaker. If they're at long range, you're never going to be able to contest them. What you'll have to do is find a way around that, try to get behind them so you can get close quarters and just shoot the hell out of them. But at long range, you're just going to get wrecked. Reaper also has 250 health, which isn't that much. I think he's like the third weakest player in the game, other than Tracer and Zenyatta who have 150. So you will die pretty quickly if you get caught in sticky situations. What's also a downside with Reaper is that his shadow step is 2 seconds. So when you're making your market and teleporting, if someone catches you in those 2 seconds, you're vulnerable and just going to get shot to shit and just die instantly. And other than those weaknesses at long range, the Reaper can do damage if you get close. He's one of my favourite players in the game, like at the moment. Like, he's really fun to use, and if you get used to using and getting close combat, you will just do damage to everyone around you. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do give it a like, it's always appreciated. I will be doing more of these videos on other different characters, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll speak to you guys later.